Yo, 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 what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Double B Bad Blood, the franchise player, joined once again by my main man with the plan, the Maharaja of MMA, Mr. Adam, according to Woods. Adam,
What's good?
welcome to the Roundtable
Welcome,
Pro Wrestling
welcome. Oh
Podcast.
my gosh, that was a hell of an intro. I don't know how I could do that, but I will deflate your expectations of me. That is fact. So, oh man, it's been awesome. Got to see Glenn Danzig of the Misfits and Sam Ain, and obviously Danzig sing Elvis at Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, and then got to talk to him, Josh Barnett, and Zeta Zhang about just fucking shoot wrestling. So that's my expectation. And I know Raw, much like me, is going to fall beneath our expectations.
All right, so that's how you spent your Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Spent it with the
Nice,
family and then went with the homies to see a homie. So,
nice, very nice. Um, so it's been a very interesting week. I want to start out by talking about before we get into wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, go like, click, and subscribe on bodyslam.net. Go like, click, and subscribe on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. And shout out to my boy Chemical Julian. He's out there doing the damn thing. Celebrating, like you said last week, celebrating with his missus.
yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about something that's kind of out of left field. every week, every week on this podcast, we talk about WWE Raw, we talk about SmackDown, we talk about AEW, Dynamite, and Rampage, and we just shoot the shit about professional wrestling. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we talk about personal things. I've been under the weather mentally,
Oh, wow.
emotionally the last week, and it's been really rough. I'll tell you that. I was going to cancel tonight's show because it's been pretty rough, but I'm fighting through it, and I'm going to get through it. But there's a gentleman that we talk about on the show quite frequently. He's a WWE shill. I'm not going to lie. He puts the WWE over everything. But like I said to him in the text message that I sent him today, I will read this to you guys. I said, "Hey man, I read your post and I've been going through the same thing. It's rough, but I'm happy you took the right road. Regardless of what we disagree on, you're still my friend and I am proud of you." Raven Travis Berry, a gentleman that we both know, has been going through some very emotional stuff. And, mental illness is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. And, I just posted again. He, he, um, he admitted himself into the hospital last night. And, for the past few months, he's been dealing with, emotional, what I mean? You know what I mean? And it takes a lot for someone to take that step and to better themselves. So regardless of, we have sometimes between the WWE and AEW and all that other bullshit, professional wrestling aside, I'm proud of you, Raven, for taking care of yourself. Sometimes it's hard. Silence is deafening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm glad he took those steps to help himself.
No,
So,
100%. And it's just to kind of echo your sentiments. Actually, I got blocked when I left a particular group, so I got blocked, so I didn't see. So it's news to me. But yes, just sending healing vibes his way, healing vibes your way, Bad Blood, and also not to compare or anything like that, but also um, yeah, the Blade from Butcher and the Blade of
mhm.
AEW. He basically that's the reason why we haven't seen him on TV is he's going through his own kind of mental, just crisis, right? So
Yeah.
it's amazing, and especially in a very, I mean, it is an ego-driven business. It is a harsh business to be in combat sports, whether you call it MMA, pro wrestling, what have you, cage ring. It doesn't matter. That it's something that is hard on the like nobody wants to be told no, right? You work your
Exactly.
whole life to get to a particular echelon to be wanted by a particular group or outfit or fans or fan base and everything like that. And when you get there and do all the right things, you might have a cup of coffee on the big time if you make it at all, and it's and or not be creatively fulfilled. You were creatively fulfilled for a $20 match that you had to drive 3 states for, versus making a quarter, if not more so, $1 million a year. And it's not good, and you have no control of it. So you know mental health is something that we've all kind of dealt with. Either we had friends and families go through it, loved ones that go through it. My wife has anxiety. I developed my own over the last year. My obsessive compulsive. There's Funko Pops behind me, 500 some odd podcasts, and that's just my own, not including the guest spots and everything like that. So we all deal with it a different way, but now more so than ever, there are services that and places you can call and groups that you can reach out to. So just try to get help and self-care, because if not, the bills, the job, all that, whatever, if you're not here, that thing just keeps on going.
That's
You
right,
got to
man.
take care of you.
And I'll be the first to tell you guys. Um, I've dealt with it really. I've been dealing with it really bad. Um, when my mom passed away, she died on a Tuesday, and I came on the podcast that Wednesday night because the guys were like, "Hey, man, you need this. This is your anchor. This is what keeps you grounded. This is what keeps you um sane." As crazy as the word it may sound, this is what keeps you sane, and it helped. It really helped. It helped a lot, and um, I know I come to this podcast every week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very outgoing and I'm outspoken, and when I'm wrestling, I'm very flamboyant and I'm out there. But realistically, I'm gonna give you guys a real fucking peek behind the curtain.
Mm.
Great Wizard of Oz type of shit right here. I'm really a private person, and I'm not so much the character you see on TV, and not so much the character you see on this podcast every week, and not so much the character you see in the ring. Um, I'm a very introverted person, and I tell my daughter this, and I don't know why I'm sharing this on the podcast tonight, but fuck it, why not? I told my daughter this one time. She had a play that she was doing, and my daughter was like, "Dad, I have a fear of public speaking." And I told her, "So you want to hear something really really cool?" She said, "What's that?" So do I. And she's like, "Well, that's impossible. I see you wrestling in front of thousands of people all the time, and you're on the radio, you're on TV, and you're you have no idea how nervous I get before every podcast. How nervous I get. I literally, when my music will start playing during a wrestling event, my music will hit, and I will fucking run to the bathroom and piss every time. 29 years. Think about it. That's 52 shows a year. If I wrestle every week, sometimes I wrestle twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. But let's just say 52 times 29 years. That's a lot of fucking matches. In every one of those matches, I ran to the bathroom to go piss.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
Every time.
No, and it does it. And Sting had similar deals, and still to this day, he's like, the minute that you don't get goosebumps, or get nervous, that's when you hang up the boots, But in terms of man, I'm about to go through my own. Like, my mom died December. Well, I mean, they found her succumbed to brain aneurysm December 2nd, but they basically did tests and everything, and then he finally declared her dead on December 4th, 2013. And then my dad 3 years prior on Christmas morning, no less, passes away of a massive heart attack. So, like, from I'd say my nephew's birthday is the day before Halloween, right? From October 30th to I'd say January 7th. Actually, I would say, yeah, January 9th, actually, because that's my dad's birthday. I just want to hit the Falcon fast forward, button. So, no, I'm never going to denote and say I know exactly what you're going through, but I've been through something similar. So again, just everybody that's going through it and what have you, and the courage that you, just like Cheryl said, the courage that you have to disclose that, because again, yes, 100%, I agree with. Cheryl's a good sister, so
There's
that's
so many stigmas around it too. Like, oh man, you're not a man if you fucking can talk about that, or yeah, you're weak if you can. No, that's not fucking true, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. And, it takes a lot to step forward and talk about stuff like this because of things like that. You got people, and then like cyberbullying. You got people getting bullied on like Twitter, getting bullied on Facebook and shit like that because they're opening up and they're saying something. I may not agree with Raven's
theoreticals,
theoretical fucking conversation when it comes to professional wrestling, but as a person, he's a good guy, and I'm, like I said, I'm proud of him for coming out and talking about this, because man, that's fucking serious, and kudos to him for being able to do that, and it gave me the courage to confront myself today. Like I came home from work early, I just sat in my shower, just sat and stared at the wall for like a fucking hour, and I know I was having an anxiety attack, and I finally just said, you know what, I'm gonna get my ass out of here, I'm gonna get dressed, and I went for a drive, and then I came back home, and I'm like, I'm gonna go watch fucking Raw, then I'm gonna go on the show, and me and Adam are gonna tear Raw apart like we do all the time, and I'm gonna feel a little better about it. And then I said, Ashley Rose Nova's coming on tonight.
Oh, that's a good sister too, man.
Yeah, she's gonna drop some knowledge about her website and stuff and the things that she's going through. And we're gonna talk about Raw, and we're gonna put the best spin forward on it. We're like, fuck it, we're done. Have a good day.
Exactly. Well, that also, for me, I've loved, pro wrestling for so long. I mean, I discovered it when I was 2, right? So I know as a human being, I know my parents and pro wrestling, right? And that's what obsessed me when it goes so bad, or the people that I like, I like this person, and the company that pays their paycheck says, no, we're going to shit on them, and don't say that they don't. And imagine being a Shinsuke Nakamura where you're getting over, or a Bobby Roode where you're getting over on your theme song alone, and and what ends up happening? Oh, we're gonna cut the theme song so people can't sing along. We're gonna give you different, and then also to see all of your friends get released over the last year, and it's just nuts, But that's why
have been crazy. I'll tell you that they have been out of fucking mind, crazy, man.
Yeah, but that's what upsets me. Oh, that's why, like, I grew up with Bret Hart, and you give me Roman Reigns. Come on, dude. Like, you, man, don't you remember what you guys used to do? Damn it.
Exactly. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to be right back with Ashley Rose Nova. Then we're going to get into this fucking Monday Night Raw, man. Surprisingly, it wasn't half bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Professional wrestling is one of the toughest sports going today. If you ever dreamed of being a professional wrestler, then former WWE superstar and World Tag Team Champion Sir Mo of the famed tag team Men on a Mission invites you, yes, you, to join his Bumps and Bruises Academy. Now in 2 locations in Carrollton, Texas, and Sherwood, Arkansas. Allow Sir Mo and his head coach, Dante Smiley, and other coaches to get you on the road to an exciting and rewarding career. Classes forming now for your shot. Contact Sir Mo at 704-819-7312 or fill out an information questionnaire now. Don't wait, make your dreams come true today by joining the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy.
Hi, this is James Beard with SWE Fury, and you're watching the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
And we are back, and look who has joined us. The lovely Ashley Rose Nova. Ashley, we cannot see your smiling face.
It's because I got too busy today, and I just didn't feel like being on camera, to be honest with you. That's just me being honest.
Totally glad that you're here today. How are you doing? How are you doing tonight?
Doing the best that I can. I've got a lot of new things starting and old things still going on, so I get a little overwhelmed, to be honest with you, sometimes.
You are one of the most busiest people I know in all of sports entertainment. Like every time I talk to you quite frequently, and every time I look up, I see something. It's like something new you're doing. It's like, God damn, does she sleep? Is she a vampire? Like, is she drinking blood in her closet somewhere? Like, how is she surviving?
I honestly stay busy so I don't pay attention to the negative. Like, that's the honest truth.
That's exactly what we were just talking about tonight. Like, me and Adam came on and we were talking about Raven Travis Berry, his posts on Instagram, and it kind of touched home with me and with Adam. And I know
what did Raven post?
I will send it to you. I'll send it to you. But it's basically him letting people know that he is he admitted himself into the hospital because he was having thoughts and emotions, and he basically was having a breakdown. And the stigma of mental health is really important, that people need to understand that it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
And it's taken me a long time to realize that I'm not fucking okay. I probably will never be okay. But
I'll be open and honest. I don't think anyone in this business is okay.
Right.
No.
And that's the honest truth. I was talking to a friend of mine. That is a wrestler that is in the business and has been in the business for a very long time. A friend of mine in Canada, and like, I don't really address any personal issues I have publicly,
right,
as far as my mental health or anyone's mental health, because at the end of the day, I told him I don't think any of us are actually okay. And he told me, well, you're right, none of us are. We just have to hide it the best we can, just because of let's call it what it is. It has a lot to do with social media. It has a lot to do with Twitter. I personally I have always advocated for, and everyone knows this that actually knows me, I've always advocated for workers to have the best working conditions.
right.
And it deeply hurts me that someone can easily just make up something and people believe it.
It's the gospel. Once it happens, it's out there. That's it. There's no,
and then
ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah. And I'll address it on here because I've addressed it publicly on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I have never once worked production at any major promotion. I have never held a training seminar because I am not a pro wrestler. Everyone knows this. I am a writer. So and then I stated, and I did say it like this, and the people that care, they don't matter. That care too much about, something.
I get what you're saying.
And the ones that do matter know that it's not true and it's laughable. I am a writer. I am a editorial writer. I'm a columnist. When it comes to pro wrestling, I write about Canadian wrestling. I am not Canadian, and I'm sorry I'm sorry that that's an issue for some people. I really am. But I have never worked at a major promotion. I've never worked production at a major promotion, and I don't work directly with talent. I want to make that very clear because I've said that, and I flat out said this is the reason why Vince McMahon thinks pro wrestling fans are stupid because of your actions.
Yeah. That's deep. I know what we're talking. I know what you're talking about. So, that's a serious situation. And like I was saying earlier, it's something that something that I want to address in public on the podcast because hey, this is my platform and I get to do it. You know what I'm saying? And there's no one that can tell me that I can't do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is okay to not be okay. And if you feel that you're not okay, go talk to somebody. I mean, I know I'm the biggest proponent for someone saying you should go talk to somebody. You should go talk to someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go talk to someone.
And like I said, I don't think any of us are actually okay, and social media has a lot to do with it. Whether you think we don't see it or hear it because of how big of a following is, how active our mentions are, just know we do see it. A friend of mine, he's dealt with it for a long time, and it's very sad. I also feel like people's personal lives in this industry is not anyone's public business either.
Yep. I tend to keep my public life, my private life off of the internet, ladies and gentlemen. My professional wrestling life and my public appearance, I'm a public figure. Let's just call it what it is. My public life is out there for everyone to see. My personal life, you will never know my personal life. Sorry to be that guy, but that's just the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
And I try to keep a safe distance, and that's why I'm always busy too, because I'm too busy to know a lot of things or notice a lot of things. Put it this way: if you unfollow me, I ain't gonna notice. I'll be honest with you, I ain't gonna notice, but I am very thankful for the people that brought, that to my attention. I felt like I had to make a small statement, which was, if you truly believe that and think that I've worked with talent, like worked in production somewhere, or I work for a major promotion, then clearly you don't know me and you're an idiot. Thank you.
True statement.
I do shows, like, I'm on podcast. I'm on shows. I'm on podcast. It's something I deal with. Hell, even when I had less than 1,000 followers, maybe 2,000 followers, I still dealt with things publicly. Like, and that's why I say the shit you say about me, or anyone says about me, it ain't nothing new, sweetheart. People have been calling me all kinds of shit since I first started writing pro wrestling.
I'll tell you this: Yokozuna once told me this. About 3 years into the business, I was really salty about a lot of shit, and I used to take things really personally. And Yoko pulled me to the side. He says, "Listen here, brother. Be it good press or bad press, they're still talking about you.
Exactly.
People are going to come to see just how horrible you are, and when they see how good you are, that person that told them that you were horrible is going to look like a fucking idiot." So I literally based my career, the first 10 years of my career, off shutting people up. Oh, you're 175 pounds. You'll never make it in this industry. 29 years later, I've made history and held belts longer than any man in the history of those championships.
You're also ranked in PWI. You have been for years.
Several times, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the point is this. Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Can you fucking believe it, Ashley? Adam, can you believe it? It was pretty fucking decent.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some people complaining, and you know what? That's normal. They're going to complain about the Raw, but I thought I was very happy with the women's match. I really thought that Becky and Bianca delivered very well.
I will tell you this: that match was parts of the match looked like they were rushed. Parts of the match were perfect. And I will say this right now: if you, the fans, didn't buy Bianca Belair as a fucking star tonight, Becky just made her. So if you didn't think she was a star, Becky just made her tonight. Look, this match started out. They were trading some hella slaps. Oh my god, they were slapping the shit out of each other. Belair hit a handspring moonsault for a 2 count, like right off the gate, man. Just a bunch of near falls. Like there was like 7 or 8 near falls.
Yeah.
Like in like the first like 2 minutes of the match. I was like, oh my god, they are really going at it. I guess what they saw Serena D versus Hikaru Shida. And Vince was like, hey pal, tonight you gotta go out there and do like those guys did over there. You gotta show those guys up. They didn't. Don't get me wrong. They fucking sure as hell didn't. But
I don't even think it got to Vince, because Vince doesn't watch any. Vince is in his WWE universe. That's exactly what it is. I'm sure whoever the agent was or whoever the producer that gave the time allotments for, hey, you got this many match or you're going across this many segments and what have you. But I kind of. You said that anybody that didn't see Bianca Belair as a star, to me, it was pretty apparent. She almost reminded me a bit in terms of persona, like Sasha Banks, right? I just thought she was just absolutely everything. The matches at Barclays Center for NXT Takeover, and I mean,
NXT doesn't count. It doesn't exist in Vince's world. Well, it didn't then. It does now. But.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's, but that's kind of my frustration. But with that all being said, and she was almost like a particular person with the what is that euphemism where like it's a big bear with baby paws and everything, and you got to. Teach him to work almost like Naomi. Naomi is athletic and everything like that. Just putting the timing and the storytelling together. That's where we're gonna get to. And Bianca is the same way, and she's vastly improved. Now, I mean, is it more her not being talented and people not viewing her as a star, or they just book her to shit? And then
it really is the booking. Let's just call it what it is. It is the booking.
It's always going to be the booking when it comes to Raw.
That's never going to fucking change. But all in all, this match was great. And Becky, let me tell you about Becky. Becky is trying her fucking hardest to get booed. So hard. Yet she has the Hall of Nash syndrome. No matter what she does, people are going to cheer for her. Right. It was 50-50. Half the crowd was booing Becky, half the crowd was cheering her. Half the crowd was booing Bianca.
Yep.
Half the crowd was cheering. It was crazy. It was like legit. WWE is a 50-50 booking company. Well, apparently they booked the crowd 50-50 because that's what it was.
100%. You reap what you sow, right?
Yeah.
I'll take a 50-50 boo or 50-50 cheer over nothing, over crickets.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Well, Lynch did a great job playing her new heel persona. Without cheating too much. Like, she didn't have to do a whole shitload of cheating. She was just like, reversal for reversal. I'm showing you up. I'm showing you up. I'm showing you up. I'm showing you up. Finally, the spot in the corner, the top turnbuckle, when you pull the turnbuckle pad off, I was like, okay, I call that spot. I knew that was going to happen because they kept going to the same corner. But the fact that they did it and nothing looked sloppy. They didn't spend a lot of time on selling. Like, everything was, like if I have to give that match a star rating out of 5 stars, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Oh, wow.
I would have given it a 4.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I fucking gave a raw match, the opening match on Raw. It was great.
Woods looks so in shock.
I just don't know. Yeah,
I Chemical Julian right now was like, "What the fuck? What am I missing?"
No, I mean, it's just
2 weeks in a row.
The WWE is just not my cup of tea. They've said that I'm not in their target demo. Once I passed their target demo, 20 some odd years ago, right? Quarter of a
Well,
century ago.
you're not 40. You're not 65 years old. That's her demo right now. So
Well, yeah, so I'm just, I don't know, but
nobody
it's
know what
hard,
it
and
is.
this has no bearing on the performers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think, but it's hard for me to hear because for me, I mean, I loved WWF at an era where most people have said it was down. The Brett and the Shawn and Razor, getting beat by 1, 2, 3 or
Oh, when
Lightning
it was
Kid.
wrestling
Yeah, absolutely.
before it
When it
became
was
You
sports
know,
entertainment.
wrestling.
yeah, 100%.
That's the that's the problem.
Uh,
You see, Adam. Here, I figured Adam out. You know what? I've known you for a long ass time, Adam, and I've finally figured you out,
That I like
ladies.
people getting dumped on their heads.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a shock. Adam Woods is a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Who
Ding, ding,
are
ding.
you? Who are
Oh,
are
you?
you?
winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm
You're a
just saying.
wrestling fan?
We're all
Oh my
wrestling
god!
fans.
I think we all are, right, Ash?
We're
I mean,
all
and
wrestling fans.
and I hate that you're going through whatever you're going through right now. I have no context, but you are one of the most genuine people that I absolutely love. And at a time where not a lot of love is being given, I love Ashley Rose Nova. I love the franchise player Bad Blood. You guys are some of the most genuine people in my fucking life. I'm glad, and you know,
My
it sucks that you guys are going through it, and
uh,
just let me know. Like I'm here.
it's the business, like there's just days where I'm like, I just got to find a way to cope with it, and my way of coping with shit is just staying busy. But I am grateful that I have more people that love me that hate me.
Mhm.
So there's that, and people act like. Let me say it. Let me say it. Well, I'll just say it how I'm gonna say it. People act like they're fucking saints, like they ain't never done nothing wrong,
10 points.
not once. And I'm sorry. It may. I'm sorry that we're human.
People out there act like they ain't Iron Anderson over here pulling like Glocks on people.
Glocks,
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Glocks.
Glock Anderson in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man.
Hey, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful for all the opportunities I've had in this industry. I'm grateful that people still call me. So clearly, I'm still in demand
Mhm.
as much as, and if to address some things, Woods, if you didn't hear, apparently I'm a wrestler, and they hope I never get booked.
What the fuck? Okay. I mean, they must not have looked too far down your profile, but again, it's not you in all of the things that you're busy with and succeeding with, especially as a
And
female in the industry.
it's an inner issue, and I understand where it comes from. I understand where it stems from, and I try to be as compassionate and nice as I can because I've I've been ugly. And I can be rude. And I I did my best to learn from saying, mean shit to people.
Yeah.
And I started taking account of how people feel. And I also take an account and try to understand that a lot of people that do that, I read their stuff because
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious, and I genuinely feel bad for their lives
Yeah.
because I understand that they may have no one in this world.
Hmm.
They may have never experienced anything positive in their life,
Absolutely.
and they may not have their own dreams and their own goals, or the courage and the bravery to put themselves out there to accomplish whatever dream they may have. And I'm sorry, like people like, unfortunately that's how the world is. But like I said, I understand where it comes from. I don't have any hatred towards anyone. um I I understand where people say things in general and they're upset. As far as my personal life, that's a completely different story. And
And that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like people, like professional wrestlers, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give
I see people telling Charlotte that she needs to leave, and I'm like, why do you want Charlotte to leave? She's
She's got that nuclear heat,
like, why do you want her
like
to
someone
leave?
else we know. um, so check it out.
And also, like, just to address that, not all of us get along.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, talent, workers, and in this business, a lot of us don't get along. A lot. And it may surprise you. And I'm sorry that if y'all want to live in y'all's fantasy world where people just get along, it doesn't happen. I'll be honest with you. We just kind of shovel through it. We get our jobs done and we move on, if we have to see that person or anyone in general.
Oh, that's the truth. I want to give a quick shout out to my boys at MJK Public Relations. They're a public relations firm for filmmakers, producers, companies, pro wrestlers, including Ring of Honor.
Yes,
and that's who I usually go through when I want in Ring of Honor interviews. So shout out to MJK Public Relations, man. Just want to give them a quick shout because they've been on my mind lately.
It's with everything going on at ROH.
With the Ring of Honor thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to my girl Kate Hensler. She's probably watching right now, laughing at us because Monday nights are usually her therapy night when she comes on the Roundtable to vent about the Monday Night Raw. She will be on the podcast next Wednesday night. She will join. No, not next Monday night. She will join us on the Roundtable.
I'm sorry I had to get real with people there, but I just had to let y'all know. a lot of us don't get along, and that's the fact.
No, and I'm glad that this is a safe space. I mean, you're two good brothers here. I'm honored that you chose this forum to speak your piece, and that you're not shy and you're not backing down. You're addressing the elephant in the room head on. And again, you're awesome. But that I think you're awesome anyway.
Hey, my simple fact is, you don't like me, you don't got to follow me, you don't got to work with me. I've got plenty of people that want to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
And simple as that. You don't like my stuff, just don't read it. But guess what? There are 3 other people that are going to read it. And at the end of the day, my articles aren't clickbait, and I know my value, my worth. I was recognized as an SPJ for professional wrestling, for Canadian wrestling. And my articles are for the talent to have something to remember their career by.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's not for people that just want to hear whatever rumor is there or whatever spoiler. You got plenty of people doing that and love doing it and make a living off of it. I don't, and still don't accept money for writing a editorial about talent, company, wrestling history. I don't accept any money. So just remember that you're not hurting my wallet if you're not reading my article. Because at the end of the day, it's for whoever I wrote it for.
Yep, that's it. That is it. Now, as crazy as that may sound, Monday Night Raw fucking was actually good.
Yeah.
I can't believe
it. Back to Raw.
I can't believe it. Like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, Raw was really good. Something is wrong with this picture. But look, Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio. I give it a 3 stars because Rey Mysterio was great. Austin Theory with that roll through dropkick he does, fucking awesome. I'm stealing it. I'm going to do that on Saturday. But the fact that Dominik, his ill-timed punch, the referee didn't see it. The referee's back was turned. Dom punched him when he was in the 619 position, and Ray got disqualified.
Yep.
And if you realize, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Okay. Dominik shouldn't have did it because he was horrible at doing it. But the referee, the WWE made sure when Kevin Dunn's 500 camera cuts, they showed one picture, like Austin Theory does the whole snapping a selfie, whatever gimmick, the Prince Pretty, what's his name, Tyler Breeze,
Tyler Breeze,
gimmick.
Uh-huh.
He's doing the Tyler Breeze gimmick without the selfie stick, and he takes the picture, last. They showed a picture of like Jeff Hardy, then they showed a picture last week of the referee. It just so happens it's the same referee.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a
Shenanigans
right there, or is
They're
that
in
some
it together.
shenanigans?
I feel.
They're in it together because look, the referee's back was turned, and Dominik hit him, and the referee turned around and goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, motherfucker, what do you think he's doing? He's standing at ringside. I mean, he punched him, yeah, but he did it.
I agree. It's a 3-star match to me too.
Yeah, but why don't you let those guys go, man? I almost feel like I'm Julian Lane, right? In the Ultimate Fighter. Let me bang, bro. Let me bang, bro, and crying. No, that's it. When you have, Rey Mysterio, I don't believe that he's at a point where he needs all that many smoke and mirrors. Obviously, Rey has had countless knee surgeries or whatever, but like that, if you put it on a PWG or a GCW or what have you, that would be a sellout, man. That you put on top of the card. You let them go. Like, that's what you do. And, a theoretical Austin, that's because that's a weird one. Like Ace Austin and Austin Theory, just phonetically and whatever, it just jibes at me well. It's almost like chewing tinfoil. So I'm going to call him Theoretical Austin. That's how I identify him as.
Theoretical Austin.
Not Austin Theory, or Theoretical Austin. Or Austin Theoretically. Either way, which that's a good shirt. I'm going to hit up a pro wrestling tee shop right now. But I digress. You let those people go. Dominik, to me, has been an absolute disappointment. Unfortunately, no. Like
That's how you really feel.
No, I mean, and there's nothing against him as a person. I'm not, but you're that big. You want to be a wrestler. You got more size than your dad. You don't have a body. Your
oh my gosh,
character work is not there.
Explain. Tell other people how you feel.
Right?
Yeah, that's
how you feel.
All over.
And because you've said you wanted to do this since you were like 16, and how many polished wrestlers that got future endeavored, right? And then you kept you on, right? I mean, at some point, even with Rey Mysterio as his dad, I kind of view him almost of the same in-ring potential as Cain Velasquez.
Adam.
I mean,
you can disagree. You guys can disagree.
I mean, I'm not gonna agree, but I'm not gonna disagree with you. I'm going to politely. I'm going to say this in a polite way because I am polite.
Absolutely.
I try to be instead of being like angry and mad. Like I was like back in the day, like 6 years ago. He needs a lot of work, and that's what I'm going to politely say because he needs his own
Adam
identity.
And Ashley, you know what this fucking hour is? You know what this hour is? It's the shooting hour because you guys just pull your fucking guns out and just blazing.
No. I don't pull guns out because in this country in which I live, someone like me will never be a patriot. So the Second Amendment doesn't work for. So, and I grew up in Inglewood. So no, I'm not a shooter. No.
I'm
good.
Bro, I'm Mexican. I'm already suspicious everywhere.
Well, fuck both you guys because I'm Canadian. So what does that say?
Canada. No, never.
That you're incredibly nice.
Shit, that is true. You know what? That is so fucking right, man. Look,
you are so nice, even though you are the bad guy, and we root for the bad guy.
All the time.
No, me and the franchise will be there on Twitter, rooting for the bad guy.
I want the bad guy to win.
We were probably both rooting when Facebook shut down for like a couple hours. Good.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you how much a heel I am. This is how much of a heel I am. remember in fucking Infinity War when Thanos was like, and everybody fucking dusted? I
You
stood
were
up in the
rooting
theater.
for
I was like,
Thanos.
fuck yes. people looked at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And I'm like, finally the bad guy won.
Oh
And I was
my
like,
god!
then I turned around to this guy behind him. I'm like, and now he can rest.
No.
So the Good Brother. It's funny that we're talking about this, right? Because the Good Brother, IQ wrestler, who does a fantastic work with video edits. Follow his page, and he does stuff for Josh Burnett's Bloodsport. But he says, and I quote, "Nobody has made me not watch a show more than Seth Rollins."
Oh my god,
That
look,
was 53 minutes ago, and
Oh,
he's
boy.
in Australia.
I gotta say this about Seth Rollins. Dude's clothes. Psh.
On point. On point.
If
Those
you
clothes
want
I'm
to
are
be a douchebag
fresh.
asshole, that like last week he was
That
wearing
is something
somebody's.
I would wear
He was
just to
wearing
upset
someone's.
people.
Yeah, exactly. He was wearing someone's like dinner cloth, like bed sheets or some shit. He was wearing someone's drapes 2 weeks ago.
You said that. You say that, right? We just had UFC on
If
Fight
Jared
Island.
Leto was a
Oh, God.
wrestler and he had a gimmick, that's who
That would
Seth
be it.
Rollins reminds me
That would
of
be
now.
it.
Spot on, Ash. Spot
Spot
And
on.
I
on.
was like, I'm all for this. I'm waiting for Seth to be like, we're gonna start the cult of Rollins this
Bro,
week.
I would join. I will fucking join up. I will be like, let me get my velour.
We're going to burn it
tracksuit,
down.
right? Let me get my velour
Oh,
tracksuit,
that-
tracksuit, my fucking UGG boots, my pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, I'll get it in.
I'm telling you, I'm waiting for him. That's the next thing I'm waiting for is for him to be like, this is the cult of Rollins again, but
Oh
this
my
is the
God.
reboot.
The
We're gonna
They
burn
had
it
it.
down.
They had it though.
He's
They
the
had it with.
visionary.
They had it with the Monday Night Messiah. That was some
Yeah.
of his best work.
Yeah,
I mean,
but this would be different. This would be I imagine a bunch of people that he would have, a bunch of people that are in NXT, working in the back wearing white robes.
Oh,
I
God,
would just
that
say,
would be
you
so
know what?
crazy.
Have their baby come out as. I mean, why not? Why not?
Oh
If you're
my
gonna do
God.
that, and have Becky kind of be like Dark Journey or
Big
woman
time
or
Bex
whatever.
right there. Big time
Like if you
Bex.
want to get in heat, let's see how far we can go. Like
But yeah.
I'm
That's
just
what I
saying.
thought of. I'm like, this is if Jared Leto had a gimmick here.
I like it. That's spot on. That's
Speaking
why
of horrible
you're
gimmicks,
so good. That's why you're so good, Ash.
Speaking of horrible gimmicks, tonight we had.
Bearcat Brown,
I don't know how to say this.
Bearcat, right?
No, thank God he wasn't on the show. Tonight we had a backstage confrontation with Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH. Nikki, almost a superhero, ASH. Nikki Ash. That's Julian's favorite wrestler.
Superhero in training.
They almost a superhero. They were confronted by Carmella and Queen Zelina. Now Carmella is walking around, and once again, she's walking around and she's looking all Carmella. And Corey Graves is gushing on commentary, like, come on, man, look. It's almost like Denise Salcedo. Every episode on, I said it. Every episode on she's like, my fiance. We know he's your fiance. We get it. It's okay.
But they have to let the casual viewer know.
Oh, I had a run-in with her on Saturday, and it's not nice.
At the MMA show?
Yeah, no,
She did backstage commentary?
she's. I don't want to
Wow.
say anything publicly, but
Okay. Yeah,
there
we'll talk about
were
that
people. No, there were people who are actively on the UFC roster. Were like, because she scooted them away, like,
Wow.
from other interviews, and she only wanted. And I don't know if it's a wrestling thing, and that Ashley, you kind of touched on it or whatever, but to be a female in pro wrestling, you kind of have to, assert yourself a little bit more so. But in MMA, it's kind of like,
I don't know what goes on in MMA, but I'm interested in knowing.
No, we push. Like, I was there with my crew, Ashley Evan Smith, who's an active UFC fighter and has an amazing podcast, the Sex and Violence with Rebel Girl podcast.
Yes, I follow
right?
them there.
Yeah, and as soon as we got done with a fighter, we sent them to her, and then as soon as she got done with the fighter, whatever, that person who you mentioned, who I will not name names, but
Wow.
I've heard some things about it, and it's not the best.
Oh, we
And I
need to
saw
talk
it for
about this.
myself.
We need to talk about this off the air.
I,
She's a friend of
you
the
know,
channel, so
Oh,
calm yourselves.
you know who else Woods hung out with? Glenn Danzig. Let's put that
yes,
Yeah,
Danzig.
Woods and Glenn. Yep.
yo. So he was. So we get to see him do his last album, Danzig Sings Elvis, right at the one of the theaters in the historic Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel,
Mhm.
right in the heart of Hollywood, and then the after party. So, and that's also why like it spoiled like current day WWE wrestling for me, because Danzig, Josh Barnett, Zeta Zhang, and I were just talking about good pro wrestling, shoot style wrestling, and fighting, as Danzig, ever the host, was pouring us shots of sake. Really
Um,
top label shit.
I'm about
I
to come to
have
LA and hang out with you for a week.
a friend of mine. Actually, is used to work indies. He hasn't wrestled in like I think he told me since the pandemic started. And he met Glenn Danzig because Danzig is a wrestling fan. That's
Yes,
how I
he
found
is.
out.
Huge wrestling fan.
And my friend, his ring name was Sam Hain,
Ah,
and it was because of Danzig.
Nice.
damn right it is.
So he would
That's
come out
fucking
to
nice.
Sam Hain, and he would like paint his face and everything.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I've heard some not so nice, things about Glenn. I didn't
Yeah,
see any of that at all.
a friend of mine said the same thing. He was because I had asked him. I was like, I am a big Danzig fan. I'm a big Misfits fan.
Yes.
Maybe phrase that: the Misfits, not Misfits, the Misfits. And I had asked him. I was like, so what's? And he had like that's how me and a friend of mine. That's how we became friends because we were both in the same like FGC circles. And I didn't know he was I didn't know he was an indie wrestler. And then he told me, and he showed me pictures, and I was like, oh, that's great, man. And he was telling me that that's how he met Danzig, and I asked him how his experience was with them because I've heard not so good things, and he was like, nah, he's like a cool dude.
He's a perfect gentleman, like the
Like,
perfect gentleman.
He was all he's such a cool dude. He loves pro wrestling.
He loves it.
Actual wrestling.
Actual wrestling, 100%. I mean, the first time I met him, I guess I just paid a ticket because I want to support my friends, and like half of the card of Bloodsweat was, has been on my podcast. They're friends of mine, which is awesome to say. Josh Barnett is a friend of mine, so I wanted to support my friends. And after the show, they're like, "Woods, what the fuck are you doing in the crowd? Like, get your ass back here." So I go and like talking to Zeta and whatever, and then I look to my right, and it's Josh in full like War Master regalia talking to X-Pac and Danzig, and then Josh kind of calls me over, and I'm like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, right? And puts me fuck over. Yeah, Woods, he's been in the trenches for the last couple of years doing interviews and podcasts with anybody and everybody, interviewed a bunch of my guys, and they're like, and then that led to us trying to find a place to eat on Sunset Boulevard. All the kitchens were closed.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah,
In the middle of the night.
yes, and then Danzig goes, I know a place, the Rainbow Room, or not the Rainbow Room, but the Rainbow Bar and Grill. They'll never shut us down. And we go from East Hollywood to West Hollywood. That was the first time I'd ever been to the legendary Rainbow Bar and Grill, where Lemmy Kilmister held court at this video poker deal gimmick at the end of the table. And yeah, man, so it was good. And then got to see him sing Elvis and hang out with him, really fucking talk to him, which that's second week in a row. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I was like, let's talk about some positive takes, and that's one of them. Because I was like, remember, I was like totally like, because I'm like such a big dance fan, I totally marked out, and I was like commenting on your picture, all kinds of excited for you.
Yeah, no, and I wish that for everyone to get to meet him, and because he's just amazing. This voice is still like, I was kind of like him doing Elvis, but it absolutely fucking fit. The tone for tone, it was amazing. So yeah, which Yeah. That's what I got. You guys are amazing, which I actually jump off because in 3 minutes I've got to, according to Woods, but you guys are wonderful. I love you both. I'm grateful that you guys are around, and I'm going to start reaching out to you guys more and everybody on this podcast more, like Cheryl and what have you, to see how you're doing, because it hurts my heart to know that you guys aren't doing so well. And I'm not saying that whatever I do or say will help you from it, but just know that I care, and it's not just being a fucking Twitter post or what have you. So
no, it's totally fine. Like I've told the franchise before. Me and him have conversations.
Yeah,
and I will always respect him. As a worker, he's a great wrestler.
I'm just me.
And he's just him. No, that's true. No, it is the truth. You are a great wrestler, and people don't give. They may not give you all the accolades in the world, but you're a real person. You're a genuine person. And me and him have conversations, and he always gives me some of the best advice.
I try to.
And
I try to be real. I'm not going to ever sugarcoat anything for anyone. And when I say things to you, it's because I love you. And I know that you're a good person. And regardless,
I'm used to, like I said, I'm used to hearing shit. I've been hearing it since I started for a long time. So
yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with more of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, cause they're taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, cause they're taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules...
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barber Shop. Big D's Barber Shop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I was just thinking about this. Adam left to go to his MMA podcast on According to Woods on YouTube.com. And I just played his favorite commercial with the 503 original.
But
oh man.
Yeah, this whole episode's been us just shooting and being real.
So
Raw was good though.
We should look. Let me tell you about Raw, ladies and gentlemen. And I keep saying this because everyone knows that I'm the guy. I would shit on Raw in a heartbeat because I like good shit. And when it's horrible, I will tell you it is horrible. But man, look, Zelina Vega, Carmella versus Nikki ASH, Nikki almost a superhero, Nikki Ash, and Rhea Ripley. What do they call themselves? Super Brutality. That's their name. Super Brutality. Oh my God. Let me tell you. A decent tag team match.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what they were leading up to, but I'm very, very pleased with the fact that they let them have their own segment. Because that was, remember, my biggest complaint, that they just didn't have their own segment to lead into a match.
And the thing is, Zelina and Carmella pinned the tag team champions. Zelina hit the code red. Zelina is on a 5-match win streak. Who would have thought? A 5-match win streak.
I think people forget that she used to wrestle before she became a manager
She
at WWE.
She was in Impact Wrestling for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Her husband is Malachi Black. She knows how to wrestle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I've seen her at Impact, but
Yeah, she was really good at. She was really good at
I was
Impact.
I was honestly, I was a little disappointed that they put her in a management role, but when she first got there, but she did it to her best of abilities. I will say that she was a great manager.
Well, she hit that code red for the win. On Rhea Ripley, believe it or not.
Yeah,
The tallest one in the whole match. She hit her with it.
yeah, she can work with anyone.
Yeah.
She
It
can
was a
work
great
with anyone,
match, and
and regardless of her size, like
I
as far
think
as
that
her
they're going
height.
to push them to the tag team titles.
I think so too.
I hope so, because Ripley and Nikki aren't doing anything but walking around holding them. They're not defending them. They're not making them look good. I mean, like Bailey and Sasha, when they were doing the role models gimmick, those belts meant something.
Yeah.
And now they're just pretty little gold plates on a leather strap.
Even when the Iconics had it, you
Yeah.
know, that was entertaining.
Well, the Iconics, the inspiration. have
Oh,
always
the
been
inspiration. Yes.
always been.
The girls. The now Knockouts tag team champions.
That's right. Walked into the company and were like, we're getting the belts right from the gate. Now, in my opinion, one of the best matches on the entire show, Chad Gable and Finn Balor.
Oh,
I don't care what they say. Chad Gable is a fucking beast. That guy is amazing. And the fact that he can work with Finn Balor, a former Universal Champion in his own right, man, I'm glad they killed that Shorty G gimmick.
Oh yeah, honestly, I hated that gimmick for him.
I think that that was like that had to be a joke. Like they
That had to be a joke, and it's a shame because I always thought Chad was in that other tag team. What was it? American Alpha, and I thought he was. I'll be honest, I thought he was the better wrestler.
Oh yeah, he should have been Kurt Angle's son.
Yeah, I thought he was the better one, but hey, who am I? I'm just a writer,
Exactly.
But I hated that they called him Shorty G, that Shorty G gimmick. I hated it so much that I'm gonna say this because like I thought it was funny because I remember seeing it and me and my sister kept talking about it. She was like, "Why Shorty G?" I was like, "I don't know. I feel like they're just mocking him."
They were.
And
they were totally
and I went to go
him.
get coffee creamers, and I bought the box of the little ones, like the little creamers, like all the different flavors, all the fancy ones, and I started calling them Shorty G's.
That's so wrong.
I know, it is so wrong.
You're so wrong for that. You're over here making fun of Shorty G because he's 5'0". But hey,
I didn't like it. I was so upset by it. I told her that's what we're gonna call these now, like because I don't want to talk about Chad Gable's placement.
No, Cheryl. It was okay. So let me explain to Cheryl. Shorty G is not Kurt Angle's son, but they did a gimmick to where Kurt Angle was the commissioner of Monday Night Raw, and American Alpha. He was playing favoritism to American Alpha because he had gotten a letter stating that his illegitimate son was a WWE superstar, and it ended up being
what's
his name?
Something Jordan, right?
Jason Jordan.
Jason
Jordan became Kurt Angle's son.
Sorry, Jason.
It should have been Chad Gable because Chad Gable looks more like Kurt Angle, wrestles more like Kurt Angle, actually has an Olympic medal like Kurt Angle. It was a great storyline. They totally screwed it up.
Yeah, sorry, Jason. I'm just so used to him not being in a tag team with, or there at all. Yeah. So, sorry.
It was pretty bad.
It was a time I wanted to forget in WWE history, at least for Gable.
They forgot it too the week they did it.
Oh yeah, as soon as it aired, it was like it was done, right? Like
it was done like in 2 weeks.
Like the storyline was gone, like it didn't happen.
Yep. But I'll tell you, like they, from Gable avoiding the running drop kick, putting the ankle lock on him, the Kurt Angle ankle lock. He put the fucking ankle lock on him, ladies and gentlemen, standard Kurt Angle style. And he even hit the moonsault. Gable hit that moonsault like Angle used to hit it, the top rope moonsault, and he missed it. And Balor rolled him into a cradle and stole the win. Balor beat Gable, and I would say that was like a 3 out of 5 match. It was really good. Some of the things
I was going to say
enjoy.
3.5.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy some of the things, but it was a good match. They stumbled a little bit during like a basic lockup. You know, they were trading takedowns and things like that, and they were just showing their technical skill, which is great. You know, Gable hit that first strike with the chop to the throat. That's why I took points off for, because as a wrestler, don't chop me in the fucking throat. It's just not cool. It's not cool at all.
Yeah, I say 3.5 because I enjoyed it, just for the simple fact that I enjoyed it. You know, and I always like seeing like Gable like actually get an opportunity to work like a solo match.
It was great because Otis had no involvement in the match or the outcome.
Yeah.
You know, it was like to me that was a change of pace. That was the first match on the show in a long time I've seen had a completely clean finish.
Yeah, it did.
No shenanigans, no roll-ups, no outside interference, no lights go off, turn back on, someone's in the ring, none of that fucking hocus pocus bullshit. It was just an actual good, enjoyable match. So backstage earlier, we get Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, and they confront Riddle. And of course, you know, they joke. But the funniest line for me was Matt Riddle said something to them, and they looked at Riddle and they said, "You know what?" And Dolph Ziggler said, "Because we want." And then Bobby Roode looked over and goes, "The smoke." And they walked out, and Riddle was like, "I didn't know dogs smoke, bro." It's nothing stupid. I'm like, this fucking idiot. But we had Ziggler and Roode versus the Street Profits. Great match. Randy Orton came down to the ring. Randy Orton came down to the ring with Riddle, and they did commentary. The match was going crazy. I mean, Ziggler hit that. Roode hit they did the crossbody spot off the top rope, and Roode picked him up and picked up Montez Ford, and for a brutal DDT, Dolph Ziggler hit him with the DDT, rolled him over 1, 2, 3. But here's where the weird shit happened. Almost came down again. So when he came down to the ring, and then, you know, Ziggler got this. He stole the win. But here's where things were really crazy, and a lot of people were complaining about it online, and it was weird. You know, Kevin Dunn likes to do 10,000 camera cuts, so you didn't see what happened. But at the time that you know he was doing his 10,000 camera cuts, Randy Orton had got up.
What's his logic with that, anyway?
He's a fucking idiot. That's what it is. He doesn't want people to see the negative parts of the show. He thinks it's cool to pan camera to camera to camera to camera. You know, if someone has epilepsy, they're gonna fucking catch a seizure from all these fucking flashes. But for me, the best part of this whole thing that no one got to see was Randy Orton shoving Riddle and telling him to stay he said, "Sit the fuck down." Like literally, he said, "Sit the fuck down." Riddle ran across the ring and, of course, attacked Almas. And Riddle got bumped. Like, hard. He, like, basically tree slammed him on the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. It is the hardest part of the ring. But he tree slammed him on the apron, and Randy got pissed. And Randy's on the other side of the ring with the commentators, and he's taking off his jacket, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking idiot." Like, he's screaming, "You fucking idiot." You can hear, they didn't bleep it. He's like, "You fucking idiot." Right?
Uh-huh.
And then he looks over and almost goes, "I ain't mad at you, you really big man. I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at my fucking partner." Like he's going off. Like,
I'll be honest with you, I kind of tuned in and out of that match.
Like I did too until the end. Like he really was going off. He's like, "My fucking partner's a fucking idiot." Like he's going off, and they weren't bleeping anything. They weren't cutting it. And then Almost says something to him. He goes, "You know, you motherfucker," and he takes off his jacket and he starts walking towards him. And as soon as he starts walking towards him, and Almost is going around to the ring where he is, all of a sudden we go to a video package.
Yep. Yep.
There was a video package. No one knew what the fuck was happening. The WWE teased Almost fighting, only to cut away to a fucking video package and an interview with Damian Priest backstage.
Well, this ain't going well. Bring on Damian Priest.
Yeah, they were like,
Bring
"Oh,
him
it's
on."
about to go down for real." So let's go ahead and put on a stiffer match. Speaking of stiff match, look.
Oh, this ain't working. Everyone bring out Damian Priest.
Damian Priest versus T-Bar.
They'll forget all about it when he comes out.
Exactly. And then no disqualification match. He goes out there, and I don't know what they're doing with Damian Priest.
It's a shame. I like Damien. Like, I liked him in ROH.
Well, yeah, when he was Punishment Martinez.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he
I
was
did.
really good.
I thought he was. I thought he was good. I think they were pushing him way too fast.
Yeah.
And when he came to WWE, I mean, he's still a little like he was in NXT for what? 2 cups of coffee and a snack. Like he wasn't there long enough. But T-Bar came out, and Dominik Dijakovic. That's what I'm gonna call him because T-Bar sounds so horrible. Like if you Google T-Bar in the Urban Dictionary, you'll see why it's fucked up. Anyway,
Well,
so
all their names are kind of messed up, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
so so Dominik Dijakovic. That's what we're gonna call him. Double D. Dominik Dijakovic. Uh-oh. Anyway, sorry, someone sent me a message and it says they're over something. I'm like, oh, why? So T-Bar,
Over?
yeah, they're over something. They over
Over
Oh,
WWE? Over
no,
Monday
no,
Night Raw?
no,
Over.
no. So something personal.
Okay.
So basically, they beat the shit out of each other. Dominik Dijakovic was not fucking around this week.
Mm-mm.
He tried to power bomb. Man, it was crazy. Oh shit. Sorry. Oh man, you ever send somebody something that you weren't supposed to send them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's the situation that's happening right now. Anyway, so the Archer of Infamy got nailed with a kick to the face, and Dominik Dijakovic fucking just beat the shit out of Priest for a long time. Hit him with a Samoan drop in the middle, off the middle rope to send us to commercial. Came back from commercial, he pulled out some kendo sticks and beat the shit out of Damian Priest's ribs. But then Damian Priest freaked out, got crazy. Chokeslam T-Bar. I'm sorry, Dominik Dijakovic threw the table from the apron, grabbed his opponent, hit his finisher to secure the win. So here's the thing that really made me laugh. Apollo Crews out of nowhere comes to the ring with his South African voice
Oh, God.
and challenges.
I mean, on God,
Damian
I don't
Priest.
like. I'm not a big fan of this gimmick of his, but I'm like, hey.
He goes, I am Apollo Crews, and this is my commander Aziz. And I was like, what in the hell? Here we go again. I was watching the podcast earlier this morning, and they were talking about how Vince McMahon just comes up with these crazy things. Like, for instance, when Kofi came out, I think Vince sat down with John Laurinaitis, and they were like, "Hey, what should we do with this guy?" And they watched Coming to America, and they were like, "That's it. That's the voice right there." So they did the same thing with Commander Aziz and Apollo Crews. One thing about WWE was that they recycle the fuck out of their gimmicks, man.
I thought it was only because like Coming to America 2 came out, and that's what they were gonna go off of.
Probably. But anyway, so this hardcore match was actually a pretty decent hardcore match. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5.
I'll agree with that.
But this was the best performance I've seen from Dominik Dijakovic since NXT.
I like how you have to say his whole name instead of what it.
Yeah. I will say Dominik Dijakovic all day instead of saying T-Bar. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor.
Don't look
I
it
want
up.
you to go to your Google machines, and I want you to type in
No. Go to Urban Dictionary.
And when you get Urban Dictionary open, I want you to type in T-Bar. And then come back and tell me what you find. Cheryl. As a matter of fact, Cheryl, I know you're watching right now.
I know Cheryl's watching. I was excited because I could actually see her comments because usually I can't see them.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Cheryl.
Now I can see them. Like when I
Do me
hit
a
chat
favor.
and I see it, I was all kinds of excited because I like to hear. I
You're
like
like,
to
yeah.
read what she says. I like to
She's
read her input.
Cheryl was very informative, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go do that for me, Cheryl.
You know what I did by accident one time? It's funny. It's funny. I thought it was humorous because it was so humorous. I had to tweet about it one time. I was trying to go to Cage Match one day because I needed a particular date for a particular match.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of, typing in the URL bar, I've gone to Cage Match hundreds of thousands of times in the past 6 years. I decided to put it in Google search. And the first thing that came up, it was not Cage Match, the correct website. You want to know what it was? I'm going to tell you what it was.
It was some adult entertainment shit, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was an entire website dedicated to watching every Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh my God.
It was called Cage Match. Nicolas
Cage is such a horrible actor that he can't even play Nicolas Cage. Okay. That's what
it was an entire website dedicated to watching nothing but Nicolas Cage movies and ranking them.
Oh my God.
You don't believe me? Go look it up.
No, I'm not gonna ruin my night by looking up Nicolas Cage shit. Okay. Cheryl.
What did Cheryl have? In ... Sorry.
Cheryl. So, did you find what T-bar meant? If you do, Cheryl, if you find it, copy and paste it into the chats. I'm dying to see what you find. Oh, so we'll go on to the next match. Now, this match was set up earlier in the night. Seth Rollins is such a fucking goof, I swear to God. Rollins comes out. And Rollins goes up to Kevin Owens and he's like, "Listen here, bro. Check it out. If you go out there and you wrestle Big E, I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna watch your back and you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I win the championship. Then I'll just when I win a championship, you can be the first challenger." And Kevin Owens was like, "Really? Me? You would do that for me?"
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, no.
I see the chat icon loaded. Did Cheryl?
A sex toy used. So, a T-bar. Vince McMahon and his illustrious comedic self named people in retribution after sex toys, sex acts, and things like that. He dressed up carrying a cross like a BDSM sex toy. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. This is what your kids are watching.
I mean, hey, who am I to judge Vince McMahon and his interesting sex life? Okay,
True statement.
Who am I to judge that man? Hey,
true statement. I'm not gonna.
I hold no judgments against that man when it comes to that sort of thing. Maybe these were things that maybe this is something he heard of. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't know what that was, and he was like,
didn't know what the pineapple meant either. But anyway,
he didn't know what it was. Then he found out, and he was like,
"Let's use the shit out of it." He's like, "Let's use the shit out of it." Then she said, "Sorry, my copy isn't working." That's all right. We know what it is. A sex toy used in BDSM. That right there is what a T-bar is. Most common part. Pat told him shit. Okay, so with that being said, the main event was it was a non-title match, a championship contenders match, as they like to call it. It was Kevin Owens, KO, Fight Sting Fight, versus Big E. Now, in the words of Big E, this was two big men slapping meat. I don't know how to say that without feeling dirty. But it's too big.
He knows what he's saying. He knows what he's saying.
Yeah, he knows. I know.
He knows.
Like that one time he was talking about Becky Lynch's mom.
I like Becky. I love Biggie.
Biggie is the funniest dude. I'm so glad he's a WWE champion. He makes watching Raw funny.
I was like, I love Biggie.
Look,
he's my favorite member of the New Day.
Biggie says Big meaty man slapping meat. That's all Big E wants out of his WWE career. He just wants to have big meaty man slapping meat. I don't know how this became an X-rated show, but whenever Big E's around and there's two big dudes fighting, it's always about big meaty men slapping meat. Anyway, so during this match, two big meaty men slapped a bunch of meat. KO.
I'm sorry.
Will you stop?
It's because
I can't
I could hear him.
concentrate.
I could
Were
hear
you
him in his
laughing?
voice. I could hear him mentally saying that.
I do. That's why I keep saying it, because I hear it.
Okay.
Two
let's
big
rate the
meaty men
match.
slapping
Let's rate
meat.
it.
This is the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, brought to you live on BodySlam.net after dark, ladies and gentlemen. It's where we talk about Big E Langston. Big E.
Oh, Cassidy will be fine with it. Cassidy will be fine.
The WWE champion faces Kevin Owens. Fight always or fight forever. Fight Sting fight in a match where two big meaty men were slapping meat for a good 10 minutes.
It's
Wow.
your show, and I'm
Wow.
sure Cassidy will be fine.
I gotta go wash my mouth out with soap now because what I just said. Anyway, it was a really good match. Rollins mocked the New Day's accomplishment, and then Big E got pissed off. So when Big E went out to the ring, him and which is weird because the champ came out first, and Kevin Owens came out. They got into it. It was great. Brawl over the fucking building. KO hit that running splash and cannonball in the corner. Big E barely kicked out after a huge senton. Okay, he fucking hit him with a good senton. At one point, Big E used to be in the big guy. He used to be in the big meaty man that slaps the meat.
Sorry.
Wow. So Big E slams Kevin Owens on the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to keep reminding people.
Because the WWE will tell you that like 100 times in the match. That's the hardest part of the ring.
Gotcha.
Yes, it is. We get it. It's like, never mind. Body slams him on the apron, and Big E goes to run, does his big splash, and KO moves out of the way. So Big E hits that fucking the hardest part of the ring. And, Big E, it was crazy. They fought all over the ring. It was crazy. Big E finally hits the big ending, which he should change the name of the big ending to the Big Meaty Man. That would be an awesome finishing name for him. The BMMSM. The BMMSM. Big Meaty Man slapping meat. The BMMSM. That's like BDSM, but BMMSM.
It's a play on words.
Big
We're gonna see shirts.
Big meaty man slapping meat. That's right. ProWrestlingTees.com. I want to coin the phrase "Big meaty man slapping meat" on a T-shirt. Yeah. Anyway, so
I'm sure we can get someone to, put something together real quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and email Ryan over at Pro Wrestling Tees and be like, I want this on my next shirt. Well, you can actually find my shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com/rated2G. That is RATED. The number 2, the letter G. Rated 2G. Anyway, so Big E gets the win despite Rollins' interference. I don't know how Rollins really interfered. He just stood up and stood there.
He was distracting.
Well, hey,
he's a distractor.
I'm pretty sure Simon Miller is watching this right now, and he's like, another one for my distracting meter.
I mean, just visually, he's a distraction.
Well, his clothing, yeah. I mean, shit,
well, that's what I mean. I
looks like shag carpeting.
I ain't gonna.
Like a 60s fucking dope dream.
I saw that and I was like, I don't know what that is, but all right, cool. That's what we're going with. All right, rock and roll.
That's exactly what we're going with, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what we're going with today. All right, rock and roll.
No comments. So this week's show ends up delivering on what pro wrestling has still managed to feature a lot of segments, storyline developments. The WWE can be really good if it wants to be.
If it wants.
But sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to really, truly just say this. This story, this show, this whole get down, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
I'll agree with that.
I mean, it is what it is.
It wasn't
I
a
think
it wasn't
stuff.
a 0.5 show. It wasn't a
No.
3.5. Close, but not quite. Yeah, I'll agree with 3. I enjoyed the majority of it versus falling asleep through some of it.
Hey, I gotta admit, like this week's Raw, I was like, man, it was actually pretty decent. I didn't have the high expectations of it being a great show because I never really do. But
When you lower your expectations, you could be surprised.
when I'm watching Dynamite, and Dynamite's a fucking 5 out of 5 show, every week. When you watch Rampage is only an hour long, and it's a 4 out of 5 show.
Sometimes I'm a little hard on Dynamite, but that's just me being hard in general. So sometimes I'll be like, it's a 4 show.
Let me put it this way. You can be hard on Dynamite all you want. Like, you can be so hard on Dynamite all you want. And
but
a
I'll
3 out
still
of 5
find it.
Dynamite is a 2 out of 5 Dynamite is a 5 out of 5 Raw.
Yeah, I may not agree with like some of the stories that go on in Dynamite or how they're leading up to things, but at least I get to actually watch wrestling, pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's why I tend to give it a higher rating.
We talk about storylines. The WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, AEW is All Elite Wrestling. See, the keyword there is wrestling, not entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what makes it different.
Yeah, that's why I say like I will give Dynamite maybe a higher rating usually than WWE, only because I'm actually watching wrestling, not entertainment. So I try to separate the two mentally the best that I can.
Yeah, I can see that. I totally can see that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support the channel, it's real simple. You can go ahead and support the channel by going here, anchor.fm/roundtable podcast/support. We would love you guys to go ahead and support this channel because guess what? We need that support. Wait, Cheryl with the win. Hold on.
What did she say?
T-Bar.
Oh gosh.
Sex toy,
Oh no, she got the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
T-Bar is a sex toy, gaming used in the BDSM specifically for rough sex. Fisting. Newman was tied to the T-bar last night, and he won't be able to shit right for a week. She put the whole Urban Dictionary.
She put the whole. That's why I was like, oh no. She put the whole thing, even
Cheryl
the
for the win, ladies and
parentheses.
gentlemen. Cheryl for the win.
Even the parentheses. Oh man, and she used
it.
And she even used it in a sentence.
No, that's the way it is in Urban Dictionary.
I was just trying to give Cheryl credit for writing it. Okay. I know she copied it, but I'm just saying, like the people don't know. I was just trying to put her over.
Look, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what we're ending with. That's what we're ending the show with.
Vince McMahon named Dominik Dijakovic a 6'6", 280-pound, big meaty man who slaps meat. T-bar. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Do you really? Yeah. Exactly.
Who am I to judge what that man does? Okay.
Do you? Yeah, this show went off the rails already, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it was bad to begin with. I mean, not bad like as in a bad show, but
yeah.
We started off with the shoot. We
Well,
shouldn't have. It just happened.
Well, it happened.
Honestly, we've all had. I don't know if it's the retrograde in astrology or what it is, but we've all had a tough time this week and the previous week. So
I'll tell you this. It can only get better, hopefully. Yeah.
Usually a lot of bad shit happens before something really good happens. So
True statement.
But I will continue doing my thing, being busy. I'm writing again. Let's dig into that real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's cover this real quick. Xfinity. You can watch our show, ladies and gentlemen. Xfinity Central Lake TV in the Portland area, Wednesday night 9:30, channel 11. Xfinity Central Lake TV on Monday nights 10 p.m. on channel 22 and Xfinity channel 8002.
This is usually what Julian does. Tuesday nights at 9:30, channel 23 on Xfinity TV and on CenturyLink TV at 8003. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support the podcast, and if you want to listen to this podcast while you're driving around your car, you got your girlfriend to the side, you got your boyfriend to the side, you got your T-bar in the back. I don't care. You're driving around, you listen to it on Google.
Poor guy, he's such a decent wrestler too.
Exactly. You can listen to us on Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and all other major podcast platforms.
His whole wrestling career is going to be known as T-Bar.
You know what really sucks, though? I'm just going to say this right now. It really sucks. Dominik Dijakovic is such a great wrestler. He must have really pissed somebody off in the back for them to name him T-Bar. If you want to buy some cool-ass shit, ladies and gentlemen, go to this website right here, www.503originals.com. That is www.503originals.com. Hats, t-shirts, beanies, hoodies, all that cool shit. If you like to drink cold beers, they got cozies and everything. Look, go buy the gear. www.503originals.com. Tell them more of the franchise sent you. And for more great things that you ever want to know about professional wrestling, you can always check out bodyslam.net for all your wrestling news needs. And that right there is www.bodyslam.net. That is www.bodyslam.net. And that is for all your wrestling news needs. Ashley.
What's up?
Where are you writing for? Tell us where you're writing for, where they can pick up all your cool shit.
Well, I'm at twm.news in the UK still. So I'm there. I'm at Culture Plus Entertainment still. And of course, you can go to my website, rose-nova, exactly like it's written there, .com. And click articles. That'll have a link that'll lead to all my articles from different websites. The only ones you will not see on there is from my first year, which was with myfantasysports.com, because they closed. They became, they closed a while back, and then they became a satellite radio show.
Oh.
But that's where my first year articles are. And then I moved to bodyslam.net. And I'm thankful for Cassidy still keeping my work up after all these years.
After all these years, your work is still there.
I am
special.
Yeah, I'm. I hear what, Cassidy, he sometimes needs that room, and, he sometimes has to move stuff. So I'm very grateful that my work is still there. And even though I don't work for bodyslam.net, I'm still very much thankful and grateful for Cassidy for giving me that opportunity when I wanted to excel to a higher platform.
And that is high praise for the king, the head honcho, the man, the guru, the PIMP of bodyslam.net. That's right, your boy Cassidy Hayes. Go find him on Twitter and tell him that your boy the franchise did a damn good job on the podcast tonight. You should go hit him up and be like, hey, Cassidy, check it out.
Oh, God.
The Roundtable podcast.
He's gonna be like, there it goes again. There it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen. Look,
but he's kept my best work up.
Your best work.
Yeah, like my best work.
All your work is your best work.
Yeah, but my best work that I did over there, as far as editorials, he kept the good stuff up. Look,
here's the deal. Self gratification is a thing today. Apparently, with T-Bar in the backseat.
Jesus. Hey! If he pissed off someone, he doesn't strike me as a guy that cares. He's on TV.
Paid. He's getting paid. He has no shits. I just got a message from someone that said, I could have told you what a T-Bar was.
Oh, God damn it.
The people in my life, man. Anyway, you want to follow your boy Cass on Twitter. Follow him at CASSHOOOLE. That is CASSHOOOLE on Twitter. Look, hit him up on Twitter and be like, hey, man, those cats on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, they are funny as shit.
Hey, y'all be nice to him too, okay?
Yeah, be nice.
That man does a lot of shit in his life. Y'all be fucking nice to him.
A whole lot. That man works harder than a Jamaican.
But yeah, no, he's kept my best editorials up.
Go check it out on YouTube. There's this thing with Cassidy. Cassidy is fucking crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you why he's crazy. Cassidy is going around to local wrestling events.
Oh God, the chopping.
Getting chopped for your pleasure on YouTube.com. Look, go to bodyslam.net on YouTube, where you're probably watching this show right now, and look for Cassidy Takes Chops from Pro Wrestlers. Cassidy is on episode. Let me see what episode he's on. Watch it play it. Watch it playing what? Oh, it's playing in my ear. It's playing in my ear. He is in episode 5, and he is taking these chops from all types of wrestlers. John Oliver, a GCW Game Changer wrestling star. John Oliver. He's also a former CZW Wired champion.
Ugh. I'm saying that because that must have been painful.
Yes, Cassidy takes a chop. He takes it. I'm going to watch the video after we're done here. He takes a chop from John Oliver, and Cassidy is fucking crazy, ladies and gentlemen. He likes getting chopped. I get paid to take chops. I don't like taking chops. So, with that being said, go follow him, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't even want one.
Dude, it's so funny. Go follow Cassidy, ladies and gentlemen, on Twitter. He has all the episodes linked to his bio. Cassidy Takes Chop. It is on the bodyslam.net YouTube channel. Go like, click, and subscribe on that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to like it right now. Go like, click, and subscribe on that right now. Find us here on YouTube. You can find us also at the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast on Twitter. You can find us at the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. You can find us at bodyslam.net on YouTube. Go like, click, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. This has been your boy, The Franchise. And your girl, Ashley Rosenova.
Yep.
And
Woods.
It has been our pleasure. Oh, yeah, got to give a shout out to the Maharaja of MMA, your boy Adam Woods, Adam According to Woods. Go check him out on Twitter right now, ladies and gentlemen. Adam According to Woods.
Yeah.
Look.
But yeah.
It's been a crazy show, Ashley.
Yeah, it has. Go see some of my old articles on bodyslam.net. Go see my Strong Style article, my kayfabe article.
Go check it out. Go check out her shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. If not, it's in my link in my website. But like I said, some of my, at least he kept my good work up. None of that. None of that filler.
All
stuff.
your work is your good work.
None of that filler result stuff.
None of that filler result stuff. I like that. But remember, all your work is your good work.
Yeah. Even though I don't work for the platform anymore, but I'm still here on the show every now and then.
Well, you know you're always welcome on the show.
You just can't get rid of me.
You know you're always welcome on the show. You can come here anytime you want to vent your shit.
Yeah. Well, all of our shit's crazy shit.
Yeah, it's about that time. we're all a little fucking crazy. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on another exciting edition of the Monday Night Mayhem on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, and we are out.
Shout out! Wait.
Go ahead.
You forgot to shout out Cheryl for giving us that definition.
Oh yeah,
the show.
Shout out to Cheryl for the T-bar.
Okay, now we're done.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put that up there right before we leave. Just one more time. Cheryl, boom, there you go right there. Yeah, that's right. Cheryl's now we can leave. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.